Hey, welcome back to part 5B where we're going to go over layer styles. The last thing I'm going to do here is I'll do it right on this wings layer. I'll go up to my layer style and I'll throw on a stroke, and we did this before, so I'll throw on a stroke and I'll make it a white stroke. Here's my stroke. I'll change the color to white. I'll make sure I have web colors on. It's easier to get a pure white. And I'll take a look at it. I want a thicker stroke on there. I'll take it up a little bit, and I also want to put it on inside so that it gets nice square corners on it, and I have it at 10, so I'll take it down a little bit. Maybe 6 is fine for now. I also might want to put a drop shadow on there, so I'm going to go down to drop shadow, and you can see there's a drop shadow just a little bit to make it stand out from the background. Probably something like around 10. Size and distance somewhere around 10, 9 or 10, and I usually turn the opacity down to a little bit. Now here we have very dark background, so the shadows won't have a huge effect. If I want to get my stroke and shadow on this image, that's easy enough. I just right click on my effects and say copy layer style, and then I go to this layer and I right click and I paste layer style, and there it is. And here's my exterior. I'll do the same thing. I'll right click and I'll do paste layer style, and be the same thing. So I'll put this down here, and I'm just going to move the one over, and you could drag a guide if you want to kind of line these up. I'll zoom in a little bit. That way you could kind of do this, and you can see it's showing the outline of the image that's being masked. So sometimes that's a little confusing. So they're all lined up this way. I think visually they look okay in terms of how far apart they are. I'm just doing that by eye. So that looks okay right now. That's a nice layout with the pictures on the side. I think that my picture in the background is a little too dark, so I'm going to go on that people picture in the back, and I'm going to go to image adjustments, and I'll go to my shadows highlights, and I'll turn it down, turn the shadows down a little bit, maybe around 25 should be good. I'll go to image adjustments levels. Now I don't think I have to do a whole lot with levels. I might still lighten it up a little. Could lighten your highlights a little. You don't want to. What you want to avoid doing with your highlights is getting really bright white. So I don't really have much to do here, but you can kind of highlight your midtones a little bit. I don't want it so dark because I have pictures on top. I want these to pop a little more from the background. So I could even lighten the darks a little bit by going this way, because I'm going to have a logo and all kinds of stuff over here. So that's levels for that one. So that's my people layer. And then, you know, all these layers that I have here, if I want to, I could click on all of them and hold shift and go through all of them, and I can make one of those layer groups. I could say new group from layers, and I'll just call it pics, or you could call it small pics or inset pics, and I'll hit OK. And now they're all, and that way I could turn them all on or off. If I want them out of the way for whatever reason, I could turn the whole folder off. Okay, I'm going to take a break here now that we have our inset pics, and the next step is going to be bringing in our logo and working with some type in here.